Really simple. All we're doing is we just keep coming down. Keep coming down with that hide. Now, let's go ahead and do this. Now this deer was shot through the front shoulders. So look, you can see there. So there's probably not going to be much front shoulder meat that I can do something with except make dog jerky. But instead of pulling this hide all the way down, what I like to do is go ahead and do my front shoulders and get the skin peeled back on my front shoulders, and then pull my hide on down. That way that hide's not in my way when I'm trying to do this front shoulder work. Okay, there's a couple ways you can do this. You can just come on down on the edge of the rib cage like this if you have a long fillet knife like this. Hope you can see that. And what you can do is actually cut toward that shoulder. And see, I'm already there at the shoulder. And I can take my smaller knife. I hope you can see that. I can come on down this leg from the inside. I'm very controlled with this knife. I'm not putting much pressure on it, and you don't have to worry about it. Like, I'm not being unsafe, believe it or not. But I can do that. Now, I need to go ahead. I didn't field dress this one. My friend did. It killed it. Go ahead and cut that down toward the head as far as I can, depending on how much of that neck I'm going to use. Then I can just come in here and just keep following this around like this right here, and free up this this hide from this leg all the way around. All right, so that leg now is ready. I can start pulling that out, pulling that back, pulling it off, whatever, like that. Freeing that up so I can just get the rest of that hide off. See how that worked? Like a charm. So let's do the other leg. So like I did over there, I'm going to cut toward this shoulder through this hide right here, and not through the hide but through this meat, and I get to this shoulder. Grab my smaller knife. Make sure you can see that. And then I'll just come right down through here from the inside. Like that. Then I can do this. I can, from the inside, in other words, cutting from the inside of the hide to the outside. Because I just don't want, I mean, you can see there's some hair flying right now, and that hair inevitably is going to end up, you have to wash it off the deer, the parts that you want to eat. it just makes sense to do as much as you can to keep that hair from being on your meat. All right, pretty much got. Now, when I get ready to pull this thing down, which I'm about to do, I don't have to worry about it hanging all over me when I'm trying to work the lower part, the front legs. See this deer, and I'll show you this in a minute. This is a good size. I mean, I say good size. He's probably 100. Looking at him, I'd guess 140 pounds live weight. But he has hardly any fat on his hindquarters. Hardly any fat. And this deer, if he ruts hard and stays in rut all the way through the season, if he's, well, he's not going to do anything right now because he's dead, but if he were to have survived today and say he stayed alive through the rutting season, he might have had a hard time making it through the rest of the winter because he has no fat reserves to draw from, and that's there's a problem there. And that's probably the reason he has such a pitiful rag. I believe he's a 2.5-year-old deer, and for a 2.5-year-old deer, he doesn't have much headgear at all. I mean, he should do better. He should have more than that. Their diameter small. It's just a small rack, and I think it has to do with he's gotten poor nutrition, obviously. Not to have more fat, because we got a bumper crop of acorns this year, so there should be much more fat on this deer. The last deer that I did just a few minutes ago, it was a doe, and she was covered in layers of fat. Okay, so that's basically, I'm gonna skin it on down, and because this deer has a big old neck on him, so he'll have a nice, what they call a neck roast. See how that hide's hanging down like that? That's what I was telling you about when it comes to those front shoulders. So when it comes to the neck, it's really a lot of cutting, because it doesn't come, the hide doesn't peel off the neck too easy. Not like it does the rest of the body. Okay, I'm going to keep skinning all the way down. So that's Skinning 101. I charge about $10 $10, $15, $20 at the processor to skin your deer. I think they charge even more to field dress, and doing it yourself, it takes longer to skin one to me than the field dress one. It takes almost longer for me to skin it than it does to cut the meat off the bone.